and then so that we can thrive really, so that we can enhance the good and positive energies to help support our goals in life. So the goals of Feng Shui is really to harmonize the environment and the occupants, right? And we all want to, be in a positive energy flow with harmony, balance, so that we can enhance prosperity, abundance, health, wellness, love, relationship, and it's really promoting a holistic, healthy lifestyle, so that the knowledge of Feng Shui can empower us in a space that we can thrive in, right? So let's talk about this. So if we believe that we have a soul that comes into this lifetime, so before our soul comes into this lifetime, we sort of have a master plan of lessons we want to learn, people we have in our lives. So that could be the family you're born into, your birthday. So there are things some things are set in place before we come into this lifetime. So there's not too much we can change about that. So that's the heavenly chi. So we know chi is the energy life force. So different cultures have different names for it. In yogic tradition, Indian tradition, it's called prana. It's a life force energy. American Indians call it spirit. And so it's all talking about the same thing. It's all the energy that's within us and around us, right? So that's a heavenly chi. And then there's the humanly chi. So that's all of our intentions, actions, everything we do. I would say that probably a good 90% of us live in this humanly chi, because we're like, oh, I'm gonna go get it, right? Like my drive, will, that's all falls under humanly chi. And we have 100% control over this, right? And then, so that's our mindset, basically. And then there's the earthly chi, which is our environment. So that's all the energy that is surrounding us. So everything is made of energy, we know that. And so we also have 100% control over this with the knowledge of Feng Shui. So, let's see. Also this portion, right? The mentor is here. In the 70s, he came to the US on the West Coast, and because the classical Feng Shui is very complex, so this is a simplified version. It's called Western Feng Shui. So it really looks at just the entrance of the door, and like this is what's called bakwa. It's divided into 9 different sections. So it lays down the bakwa based on the door orientation. So it does not look at the direction or the year that's built. So so as you can tell, like classical Feng Shui is much more potent, right? Because it actually look at the specific energy that is captured in the home or in the space. Where this is more about intentional, right? So we spend about 90% on dental office, yoga studios, commercial spaces, also to sell and rent properties. I help client help sell their home. There was a client that put her apartment on Park Avenue. It wasn't moving for 5 months. She asked me to take a look at it. I did the calculation, and she was basically in a people lock that year. Sometimes the home goes through cycles. It goes into people lock or money lock. And February of that year, the tenant moved out because her mom got sick. She had to go take care of her, and she was renting for a number of years. I was like, yeah, so February you went into a lock, and so that's how it shows up. And so we remedy, and then the home sold for just $5,000 less than what she asked for. It was all cash buyer, and it sold in like 4 or 5 weeks. And so so now she asked me to help her Feng Shui her spa in her home.
Now she's sold.
And so it really could align the energy to attract the right buyer, because she was in a pretty strict co-op building. So with the old cash buyer, that process just went a lot smoother, right? So it could really help client relocate either before and after. So majority of the time I'm feng shuiing spaces that are they're already in the space, right? But really to make a huge impact is before. So we can see how the energy of the space, the home, aligns with the person's energy, and to really I've also helped people like look at a number of properties. So that's where it can make a lot of impact. But I get it. Most of the time we're in the space, so we look to remedy, right? Make corrections on things that are affecting us negatively.